Okay. We're live right now, Joe.
No way. What?
Yeah, we're doing a pre-show, right? Are we not doing a pre-show?
Yeah, of course we are.
Oh.
Hey, how are you, bud?
Okay. Hi.
I'm just typing things into Twitter.
Oh, because you were like, yeah, you intro us in. I was like, what are you talking about? I just was doing a countdown. What do you mean?
Yeah, you host it.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'll do it, but that's fine.
You do all the things I normally do. This is good. And you have no time to prep.
Nah, I don't need to prep. I can do it.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah, right. You should be. You know what I mean? Like, God forbid, you're like, what do you mean I gotta what?
Oh yeah, no. I ain't scared.
Oh my God. So how are you, bud?
His cough is killing me today.
Well, because it's goddamn, Canadians.
Damn Canada. No, it's just there's a cold going around the house. It's not like I have a slight wheeze, but it's not like in my chest wheeze. It's like the back of my throat, like my tonsils kind of thing. Because my tonsils are huge anyway. I think that's why I'm.
Ladies.
Hey, where's that site?
Hey.
Where's that dating site?
You got big tonsils? Like,
I mean,
real big,
I mean,
freakishly large?
That's a dating site for like farmers, right? And Christian mingle. Where's the giant tonsils? You know?
You know what? I want a dating site of people that are out of breath when they walk up the stairs. You know? That's the side I need. Yeah. What's up, Chris? What's up, Bree? What's up, Landon?
Welcome.
How is everybody?
Yeah. Landon says, hey guys, it was lovely watching the show earlier today with y'all. Hey, thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Chris is back again, still early.
I know.
Hi, Bree.
Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. I love seeing everybody here, let me tell you.
Yeah.
It makes me feel nice. I gotta share this in our Discord chat. Keep on forgetting about that.
It's weird because we're a day late.
It feels like we haven't talked in like 18 years.
Yeah. Some might say that's by design. Huh.
Oh my. Well, now I lost the thumbnail. Where did I put it? Oh, it's right there.
Oh, how dare you.
I know. I'm a piece of crap. All right, there you go.
How many times? I'm gonna answer a question before Chad even asks it. How many times have I watched the Rebirth trailer? Oh, I don't know, 4 or 5 times already.
That's what I want to hear. What's the level of hype I want to? I expect.
I have so many questions.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What up, John?
You know when you open up a tab and it just shoots you with sound?
Yeah.
Oh, I have so many tabs open.
Stop going to those adult sites, Joe. Like. We're about to record a show. What are you doing?
You can't stop me.
John says, hey guys, happy to be here with you and out of the awesome New Jersey air.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that in a sec.
Chris, I started Diablo today.
Wild.
Good start, but I've been having network issues. Anyone else?
Yeah, it's just wait. I turned
WandaVision.
WandaVision. Fix it. Yes, just because it's really popular right now. I'm actually surprised how stable everything is at this point in time with Diablo. It's probably one of the smoothest, because I consider Diablo a live service game. Probably one of the smoothest launches for like a live service-ish game.
Okay.
So like shout out to them. But yeah, I've experienced weird like rubber banding here and there. Where's all my stuff?
I actually picked up Diablo yesterday for for 10 doll hairs.
Which one did you get?
No, I got the new one.
For $10?
Oh yeah. So I had to trade in my other PlayStation for bills. And
fair, okay.
in other games, and I kept a Pokemon game to the side just to see, like, you know, if it was worth it or not.
Why not?
And it was pro day or pro week at GameStop, so I got an extra 20%. So that Pokemon was worth like 30 something bucks, 40 something bucks.
Oh.
And then I had a $25 coupon in rewards.
Okay.
So I was like, why not? Whatever.
Treat yourself. And honestly, that's the only game you'll need for the rest of your fucking life.
That's what that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, let me get something that's gonna take me a while, since I really shouldn't be buying new stuff. So
treat yourself.
it works.
We don't need it, you know. Okay, I'm getting everything up here. Everything seems nice. Everything seems pretty chill. Oh, this is
okay.
I like this. I have everything up on one screen right now. Let me just make sure the Discord is where it ought to be, and it's not.
Are you ready for me to go into the video intro and then come back and do the show?
Baba booey, baba booey, baba booey, baba booey.
Figaro.
I can't say what I normally was gonna say because everybody can hear me now. All right, can I say it? Come on, just once. It's for effect. It's fun. Kyle.
I'm not gonna stop. I'm not saying anything. Go ahead. Go for it.
I thought this was a free. First off, I thought this was a free country.
Oh God. All right, Tucker. Let's go. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, because like you know how people usually go, the Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
Yeah, like I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I thought of a funny one saying big bonus. Funny, dude. And it does the same thing of the Human Torch was denied a bank loan. But then you have like a nice little giggle afterwards. I just think that word is hilarious. You know?
It is pretty funny. It's not bad.
It's funny. It's a funny word.
It's not bad.
It's a good word, man.
Are you ready now?
Yeah. That time.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh wait, no longer greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 327 of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. Guess what, chat? You know what I just realized? We're gonna have to do that intro again because I did not hit Zencaster.
Hey!
First one, Days Without Incident.
All right, do I have to redo the video intro all over again?
Yeah, just do it again.
All right, chat, we'll be back in a second. Just hold on.
Big bonus, big bonus. All right, got it.
Is it recording now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, wait, no longer greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 327 of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, this week, We're talking about the Summer Game Fest reveals, including how wrong Joe was in his predictions. Spider-Man 2 release date, baby. Final Fantasy Rebirth is 7 is on 2 discs, and so much more as we do it live each and every Wednesday night at usually 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on youtube.com/@PS Trophy Room. But with all that said, with all that out of the way, the greatest co-host, whoever is, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson, how are you enjoying your Blade Runner 2044 universe you got going on there?
2049.
2049. By a couple of years.
It's okay. It's not bad today. Yesterday was, oh boy. For those who are not aware, the Canadian wildfires, or whatever they are, we're getting all the smoke down here. And it's the Diablo marketing went pretty hard for no reason out here on the East Coast.
Yeah. It was really bad. Like,
it was
honestly, bad. I got out of work at around like 4:30 on, what was it, Tuesday? And I was like, I smelled kindling. I saw like smoke in the distance. I'm like, is there like a house on fire nearby?
Uh-huh.
Like, what's going on? And then like I get to my house. I'm like, it still smells like wood. It smells like a smoker outside. You know what I mean? Like a grilled smoker. And then I turn on the news. They're like, Canadian wildfires, and it's gonna be worse tomorrow.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, New York City was legitimately orange, like Cheeto dust everywhere. And even at like at work, my coworkers were getting nervous. They're like, this looks like the end of days outside. Like, this genuinely doesn't look rad.
Funnily enough, not the first time I've experienced that kind of color out in the sky. When I was out in SF for Kind of Funny Prom, the day after there was a fire in California and it was orange. I woke up and was like, what is happening? And people who were out there were like, yeah, it happens. Like, how is, first of all, it's not normal. Second of all, it's not okay. Third of all, I think that's why my cough is so bad today. It's just because it's been like nonstop. I'm trying to tell people, my family in this house, just keep the windows down for a day.
Yeah.
Right? The fresh air that's outside, we're all asthmatic. We're all sick. Let's not add to it.
Let's please. Even me, like, I'm not that asthmatic, humble brag, but I was walking one of the clients around the facility, and like, just 5 minutes out there, I was just like, whoa, I feel like I'm smoking again. Like, this is not cool. Like, this really sucks. So like, I purposely have like trapped myself inside for the next like day just to make sure everything's just Canada. Are you guys done? Are you guys finished over there?
Yeah.
Who started?
Are y'all good?
What, did we do something wrong to you guys? What happened? Let us know, because crazy. It's so crazy. It makes the world seem like so much smaller. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Ooh-wee. But listen, I came prepared to a world full of ash and soot because I've been playing a ton of Diablo IV, just like our giveaway winner, Storm. What, how do you say it?
Storm season.
Oh my God, you're so good with that internet lingo. I see SZN and I'm like, Storm season. You're so good at this.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's
because now it's like, okay, that's super cool, and I'm just dumb and old, and I don't get it anymore, you know? That said, congratulations. Of course, our giveaway was you rate us 5 stars over on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You get entered to win like Storm Season did. And trust me, we'll be doing a lot more giveaways in the near future. And as long as you gave us a 5-star review and you shared it, you are locked in for all future giveaways. So I want to thank everybody for tossing out their reviews over at the Trophy Room on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, because we broke over 1,000 reviews because of y'all.
Woo.
So combined total. So thank you all so much.
Where are we sitting at? Are we sitting at 1.5 stars? Are we at 2? What is the aggregate?
Somehow 5
Get
stars.
out of here.
I know,
That's
4.8, but I'm rounding up.
Okay. Hey, I'll take it. Thank you.
And this episode's special because we're only covering really 3 stories this whole entire episode, but they're quite expansive. So let's start with the first question to just roll us into the show, and that comes from the Penultimate Conquest. They write in, did this feel like an E3 level showcase for the two of you? Of course, they're mentioning the Geoff Keighley Summer Game Fest showcase that kicked off what will be a whole bunch of just shows from Ubisoft, Capcom, Xbox, the whole lot of them. Kyle.
Yeah.
How did the showcase feel to you, man? Before we get on into breaking down every PlayStation game revealed there, I want to know what your thoughts of the show was.
I think this show was okay. Just as I'm thinking about it, because there are three distinct things that I remember from the show.
Yeah.
And they happened at the very start, in the middle, and at the end. Everything in between is just kind of like in one ear, out the other. Like, I know it happened. I know there's cool stuff being shown, but it didn't feel like mega bomb here, mega hit here. Like, all the games look cool. Again, I'm never not going to say that games don't look cool, because they all look cool in their own right. But nothing was screaming at me like this was awesome. I thought like every time Geoff brought someone on stage, although it was really cool, dragged on a little long. Yeah. I think the dips were longer than they weren't, if that makes sense.
I think this is the best E3. I love people using that, and I'm stealing it. I think this is the best one he's done.
Oh,
I think
I can see that.
In terms of like, the commercial element, it wasn't in your face. It was kind of just like you blink and you forget it. Like, people were really bummed out by the DoorDash deal because they all thought it was like Fantasy 16. But like outside of that, and like some like average like podcast advertisers, like it was really lowbrow. And I kind of think it was more like, hey, like I'm pretty sure Activision paid for Warzone to be there.
Sure. Yeah.
So I think we're starting to see maybe, publishers and developers kind of start to pay into being at that showcase because it started to mean something. And because of that, it's not as gratuitous as like the Chiquatro Man days.
Fair. Yeah.
So I actually really enjoyed it. Yeah. I actually thought this was really great. I think it was like a B+ show. Like I was just looking at my notes, and as I'm toppling over things, like there's like a half a dozen games I'm getting.
Yeah.
And there, right there alone, that's a fantastic showcase. So like for me, I don't know what the internet's reaction is, because usually I'm the polar opposite of the internet. But like, I really loved it.
It was solid. Don't get me wrong. It was solid, and I do agree. As far as it comes to Summer Game Fest shows, I think this was his best one.
Yeah.
I think it did help that there were moments where he let the audience react, and he reacted to the audience. So having a live audience, I think, did help. But yeah, it was a solid thing. Just maybe mix up the ordering a little bit better, I mean, we'll talk about it, but Spider-Man 2 was shown, and then I lost you for a solid 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, I was
so
processing things
to have that maybe towards the end or maybe at the beginning a little bit, I would have been a little bit better, but I don't know.
Yeah. That said, I really loved it. Again, we're going to break it down as we go, but before we do, a little bit of housekeeping. Of course, it's Pride Month. That means we got Pride merch. So head on over to our description. We got some awesome designs from our good friend Kelsey, who has a Pride design where it's like you're popping a trophy on the shirt.
Yeah.
I really love it.
And the name of the trophy is Keep Hunting Together.
Yeah.
And we have the rainbow. We've got trans. We've got non-binary, bisexual, lesbian. If there is one that you don't see there, Kelsey offered to have it available for you. So just let us know. We want to make sure you feel represented and wear a shirt with
some
what
pride,
you are on
man.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me feel nice. And of course, that goes to Prism. It's a youth-based charity that helps folks in South Florida. It's really awesome. It's all youth-led, and we were super impressed when we were, looking at what's a great charity to donate to.
Mhm.
There's always those big ones that you can, it's really easy. Like Trevor, Foundation, they do great work, but we wanted to, we know we're a smaller show, so we wanted to make sure we can make an impact on a smaller area,
Yeah.
so that our impact could be more so. So
Also,
go help the folks over at Prison. Florida.
it's in Florida, and like, fuck the people in charge
crazy,
of Florida right
man.
now.
Exactly, man. So that said, go over there, support the show that way. Just go support a great foundation. And it's all, of course, time for our Patreon pitch. Of course, it's what we say each and every week. The reason why we look so good, we sound so great, is because of your generosity over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. I want to thank our newest member, Matt Valdez, who is our platinum member. He sent me a really nice DM. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, man.
You wet notice. Thank you. Our premium producers, Todd Burwitz and Toxic. Our other platinum members, Jay Shea, Jedi Master Ren, Cowboy Danger D, Jonas Young, The Green Gorilla Gamer, Chaotic Monkey, The Millennial Falcon Gaming, Yuko Kill 90, Stephen Flish, Strubles and Bits, Bertos Maximus, Chris, and Hybrid 748. I want to thank our gold members, Cypher Primus, Doss Simon the Pie Man, Hybrid again. Trying to mess up the notes, but you know what, Hybrid? You get 2 shout outs. Jesse Garcia, JB the Purple Monkey, Hyde Indoors, Katie, Kevin Mitchell, Kevin Diaz, Marcus O'Neill, Red Arrow, Aegis Hermit, Androsasaur, and Astronaut Jr., not to be mistaken with Astronaut Senior, The Winter Gamer. I see you trying to sneak the name in there yet again. And Robbie Bobby Miller, Brenton Zachary, Brenty Blob, Bubble Boy N7, Captain Logan, Final Fan XZ, Hambone, JD Dillinger, M9 Prime, Stone Cold ET, Tino 6 Speed, not to be confused with Tino 7 Speed. That's his cousin, and they have a rivalry. And Johnson, Sean McKenzie, Rick Arrington, and Spammin' Bammin'. Thank you all for your generosity for the month of June. And come July, we're doing the biggest refresh in Patreon history. We're talking new merch. We're talking, new and improved tiers. We're talking new shows. We're talking a whole bunch of stuff coming your way. And, little sneak preview.
Mm-hmm.
If you loved us arguing about Aloy versus
Ellie,
Ellie, you're really in for something, because Kyle's got an idea that might just end our friendship, and that's all on patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. Now, Kyle, it's finally time to square up the Summer Game Fest showcase. And before we start, no Kojima.
Yeah.
Right?
Part of me, I don't know if I want to get too deep into it. No. Maybe Xbox has Kojima talk about that Xbox game he's making. And maybe it was too much Kojima in the 3 days or whatever it is.
Yeah, no, because now he has a documentary with PlayStation talking about the creative process, Death Stranding, and all that jazz.
It's also coming to Mac, right?
It's coming to Mac. He was at the mothership.
That's crazy.
Which is what us Mac users call. And let's shout out to those goofy goggles. Show your eyeballs.
Oh my God. Come on.
$3,500.
What are you doing?
God damn. Tim Cook, what are you doing?
If I see you wear that in public, you're begging to be robbed.
Why?
$3,500 to spend on a pair of VR goggles that's wired. It's not even wireless, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's wireless for 2 hours, and there's battery packs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Kyle, I don't know if you know this selling point. It has the Vita UI.
Yeah, I did see that.
We have the Vita at home UI.
1000%, yeah.
The audacity. And I'm with it. I have no shame. But you know what?
No notes.
Let's get into this. Yeah, no notes. Let's get into this Game Fest showcase.
Yeah, so Summer Game Fest started off with Prince of Persia returning with the Lost Crown next January. To kick off Summer Game Fest, Ubisoft revealed a brand new Prince of Persia game, completely separate from the Sands of Time's remake. This is a 2D action game that looks more similar to the series' classic titles. That said, it certainly seems to be more action-focused, with the prince taking on some huge bosses and using a variety of combat abilities in the gameplay-filled announcement trailer. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown will be released on January 18th, 2024.
I also want to note, and this is my bad, Thomas Franzetti, he writes for Digital Trends, made most of this list, so give Digital Trends and Thomas a click because they definitely deserved it. This was by far the best breakdown that I've seen on a showcase, period. That said, they kick off with a surprise here, Kyle.
Yeah.
Prince of Persia returns, man.
I loved it.
The Lost Crown.
I loved it.
Right? It's Prince of Persia at its roots, which is an action platformer, 2D. So what makes you happy for it? Are you a little bummed that it's not, the 3D, Sands of Time that we were all kind of hoping for?
No, not bummed. Because I think they could both live and oh my God, have success on their own. Like it can't be one or the other, but have both existing, I think is great. A little shocked that Ubi didn't want to just hold on to it as a surprise at their own thing in a few days.
Right.
Maybe that's their way of getting around potential leaks or whatnot, but like, I know from what I've heard, it's a pretty penny to get a spot on Geoff Keighley's stage for Summer Game Fest to have a spot. So one would assume the fact that you're doing your own showcase a few days later and you still spent that much money to get it as the first game is pretty wild to me. But the game looks great. It looks like classic Prince of Persia, fun, fluid. I love the main character's design. I don't know his name, but it's not the Prince of Persia we all know and love.
Yeah. It's no Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, it's not him. Yeah, it looks great. I don't know your history with Prince of Persia. Like, I loved all of them. Even that weird cell shaded one, which can be debated whether or not it's good or not, but I enjoyed it.
I'm actually not a huge Prince of Persia fan or stan. So me seeing this would probably, I'm pretty sure, and I'm confident you could revoke my gamer card here. I think this would be my first Prince of Persia if I played it. I never was a big Prince of Persia fan. I remember Sands of Time coming out, what was for the PS2, I believe, Kyle? And that always, like, there was an allure, like I wanted to play it, but I don't know what stopped me from asking my mommy to drive me to GameStop and getting it.
First of all, you said mommy. That's adorable. Yeah. Second of all, the PS2 covers.
Well, I mean, I'm 11 at this time.
Yeah, the PS2 covers of the Prince of Persia games are top tier.
Oh yeah, they're
Warrior Within and Two Thrones, as well as the original Forgotten Sands. Man, those are so good.
Yeah, but this one, I would definitely hop on day one for it. I also like the idea of like, yeah, we could bring a game back to its truest roots, and it doesn't have to be this, $60-$70 AAA MSRP. Like, I see some folks going, "Oh, I would love to see a AAA, Mega Man game." I'm like, never. Like they've tried to be kooky and weird with it. Like Mega Man just is what it is. It's like this awesome side scroller action game, and it's the best at that genre. So like to me, to see Prince of Persia go back to its roots and not necessarily have to be, something that looks more like Assassin's Creed, makes me happy. Yeah,
perfect.
I like that.
Perfect time as well. A nice January game.
Yeah.
For like this kind of style thing, man, it's gonna be a great way to kick off the year for sure.
Yeah. January 18th. Let's go.
Ooh. So are we doing yay or nays, or are these all gonna be yays for us?
You know what? I'm gonna say I'll say yay or nay. So
okay.
You're both,
I'm a yay. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
That was followed up by Mortal Kombat 1 gameplay debut. After an announcement last month, we finally got a look at the gameplay for Mortal Kombat 1. It still looks like the brutal kind of fighter we've come to expect from NetherRealm, and it's also being realized in a very graphically impressive detail. We also got a first look at the game's cameo system, which lets players call in additional characters to help during a fight. This trailer and Geoff's conversation with Ed Boon afterward confirmed that characters like Baraka, Goro, Stryker, Sonya, and more will be cameo fighters in the game. Mortal Kombat 1 will be released for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S on September 19th.
Yeah, guys, this looked incredible.
Yeah.
This looked really, really good.
Also, like, we shouldn't be shocked.
No,
NetherRealm are always knocking it out of the park visually and just gameplay wise.
Yeah, but like visually, this thing is stunning, and it is. I think it's more a bit more vibrant. It's a little bit more like colorful as well.
I love the stages that we saw here.
Yes,
it seems there's a lot of depth to it. You can tell it's not just. I mean, it is just on a 2D plane, but like to see in the distance and have the detail in there, and like at the first stage at like the bar, there's just some people sitting on the bar back there as you're fighting and stuff. Like I love those little details.
Yeah. For me, I think just seeing again the colors, like seeing these beautiful blues and greens popping with the viscera that you're seeing in front of you. It's like it lends itself a bit more shocking, kind of like a Midsummer. Like Midsummer looks beautiful. There's flowers everywhere. That's great. And then you see an old guy just jump off a cliff and just
spoilers.
Blood splatter. No, don't worry. It's shocking. You'll be shocked.
Yeah.
It's gross, but like you're seeing this grotesque stuff in such beautiful environments. Like Mortal Kombat's always been that game that I've wanted to be good at and never can, but I always see myself buying every single time around. This one is no different. So yeah, a big yay here. I'm gonna be picking this up day one.
It's a big yay for me too, because I do want to experience the story, because I've heard the latest iterations of Mortal Kombat have a pretty great story, and this is like a reboot or like a what do they call it?
It is. It's like a soft reboot.
Yeah,
almost.
Like they've taken it back.
It's acknowledging the timeline before, because things have definitely changed because of Mortal Kombat 12. So they're going back to basics. I think it's going to be strange for people. I think by calling it Mortal Kombat 1, it already is strange. But I'm down. Everything I've seen, the game looks super impressive, and I can't wait to see what Ed Boon and team, is really
I'm a little not worried. Maybe the cameo fighter thing, I makes me a little iffy, because some of the characters will only be cameo fighters, and you won't fight with them. They'll just be able to do attacks on the fly on inputs, I think is what Ed was talking about. Yep. But you can do the main cast of characters as cameo fighters as well. I think he was talking about, like, you can do Sub-Zero and have Sub-Zero with you. I think which is pretty funny, but I don't know. It adds
an extra layer to these characters that I really love.
We saw old school Jax there without the metal arms. Yep. We saw old school Sonya and Kano. I hope they're not just cameo and I can play as Jax. Jax is like my favorite Mortal Kombat character. So to have,
I'm basic. I love Scorpion. I think he's cool.
Also, we had this debate on the live stream, but like Scorpion or Sub-Zero, who's the cooler one?
Scorpion.
It's Sub-Zero.
Scorpion.
It's Sub-Zero.
I'm not even acting at this point. I think it is wild you think Sub-Zero is cooler than Scorpion.
Are you kidding me? First of all, he's blue. Best color.
Okay. Well, I don't see color.
You took it there. I didn't.
Fair enough.
He shoots ice out.
Yeah.
You can do so much cooler things with ice than you can. Oh, here's a little rope with a spear. Oh, get over here. No, get out of here.
Are you kidding?
What a lazy attack. I'm not going to go to you. I'm going to pull you. Get out of here. Whatever. I'm going to freeze you in place, and then I'll walk up and knock your teeth in. I shoot
a chain out of my wrist, and then I grip whatever I want, person or otherwise, violently towards me. Yeah. Like, that is cool as all hell.
I'd much rather put ice on the ground and slide over and knock your teeth out.
But no, you're not gonna Frozone. You just shoot ice.
He does. There's a Sub-Zero attack like that.
But I don't think there's any longevity to this slide. Like I think you're getting like a yard or two. You're not getting
a yard. Where are we in Europe? What's going on here?
Yeah, you're getting that's football terms. You're getting a yard in with the slide, nothing more, nothing less. That chain goes pretty far, and you don't need anything larger than like 2 yards away from you to reach. Okay, we're not gonna. This is not. I'm not. No. Mm-mm.
Why are you
this
talking
is not Boogie Nights? I need to slide anywhere.
In yardsticks.
I'm just saying, dude, it's a cool. Get over here.
I'm not saying it's not cool. Sub-Zero is the cooler character.
What does Sub-Zero say? What does Sub-Zero say?
Freeze.
Ooh, watch out, an icicle. Ooh, freeze.
He does not sound like that, sir.
Freeze.
Pew pew with
pew. I'm Sub-Zero. I'm a little bitch.
No.
So okay.
Whoa.
Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true. Again, Scorpion, better character. We'll move past it. Let's get to the next game.
Yeah, let's keep this entry for this next game. Sonic Superstars. A brand new 2D Sonic game called Sonic Superstars was announced during Summer Game Fest, sporting crisp and colorful visuals, multiple playable characters, and co-op gameplay for up to 4 players. Sonic also has some new abilities that let him do things like run on walls and up waterfalls. Sonic Superstars will be released for PC, PS4, and PS5 this fall.
Dude, I don't like Sonic. We all have gotten over this. I don't like, and I need to like kind of specify here. I don't like 3D Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
I will f around with a 2D Sonic. Like Sonic Mania is pretty spectacular. Seeing this game and it going, oh look, it's just cute little Sonic. His head's bigger than his little body.
Cute little Sonic. Oh,
yeah, he's cute guy, and he's running around being cute. I'm in on this. This is actually day one. I don't think it'll be on PlayStation. I think it'll be on the Switch. But like, yeah, I loved what I saw here. I thought this game looked great.
I'm a nay. I don't like Sonic at all. Wow. I'm sorry, y'all.
Not even the movies?
They're okay. I still need to watch the second one before I pass judgment, but I don't know. It's cute. I like that they're reimagining the originals, but I don't know. Sonic's just not for me.
Fair enough.
Also, didn't someone in chat say that this was going to be a $70 price tag?
Let me look at that. I don't know for sure. That could be just like a placeholder thing for a time. But you describe what we saw next, and I'll look for it.
Sure, I'll describe what we saw next. A little one sentence, but you'll get it, everybody. Nicolas Cage will come to Dead by Daylight on July 25th. Geoff had Nicolas Cage, the renowned actor, who was almost Superman at one point, on stage to talk about his character in Dead by Daylight, and Nick Cage did Nick Cage things. I like Dead by Daylight. I think it's super fun. I love that they got Nick Cage in there as like, not as a killer or anything. He's a survivor. So he's trying to escape everything.
Boy.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah, it looks like it is a $60.
Oh, okay.
Sonic
all right.
Listen, I love this. I'm gonna be real. They really poured a lot of money, not just getting Nick Cage in their game, but then flying them over to this 10-minute, like him talking about, I'm not a gamer per se, but I have a family member who's quite
somebody very close to me who loves Dead by Daylight.
I'm a Coppola. Everybody forgets,
Yeah.
My brother made The Shining or whatever. And I got stung by bees once. Yeah. But yeah, no. Cool. Not as cool as Keanu, though. That will always be.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. Just so you know, Joe, and everyone at home, I don't know if it's on the Zencast recording. You're coming a little crackly at times.
Oh,
you're talking just a little bit. I don't know why.
All right. Well,
while I talk about this, I'll let you know. Yeah.
Probably it's the smoke. Who knows?
It could be. This one comes from Sal Romano over at Gamatsu. Liza P delayed to September 19th, demo now available. Souls-like action RPG Liza P will launch for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, and PC via Steam on September 19th, a delay from its previously planned August release window. Publisher NeoWiz and developer Round 8 Studio announced. It will also be available via Xbox Game Pass. A demo is available right now for all platforms. Quote,
I got the quote here. I can see you struggling. That New York air is getting to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. We are beyond excited to announce that Liza P will launch September 19th on console and PC, and that fans everywhere can play the demo right now, said Liza P director Sean Chow in a press release. We hope the experience delivers on our creative approach to the Souls-like genre and interpretation of the Pinocchio lore, and we're looking forward to seeing the response from our incredible community. Unquote. Kyle, I told you we needed to delay the show by an hour.
Yeah.
Just so that I could play this game, get my hands on it. Because everybody's like, this is Bloodborne, but Pinocchio.
Yeah, I had a nice 40-minute talk with Mike Towndrow, who played it for 6-1 Indie, the demo, before this. And just listening to him gush about it, like, I need Joe to play this as soon as possible. Not that you didn't already know about the game, you knew about it. But
yeah.
Everything I heard, I was like, man, this is a Joe-ass game if I've ever heard of it. And does the demo live up to the hype?
I am so impressed with this game.
I am too.
This is a feat, because one of the things that like we talked about previous is, Souls-like games get rated differently or graded differently because no one can do it like From Software. Like everything kind of feels like imitation Souls. The character doesn't move as right, or the combat doesn't feel as good. This definitely feels like, hey, we really liked Bloodborne. Like, it's one of our favorite games, and since they ain't gonna make a sequel, we will. And since we can't use that IP, we'll use a weird fantasy IP to kind of go around it, to build this Victorian era.
Well, it's not just that. Is similar to like all that Winnie the Pooh stuff that we're getting. Yeah. Pinocchio is now like public domain, so they took Pinocchio and they wrapped it up. This is a Pinocchio story in a Souls-like, and a very creepy Souls-like. The whole cast is there. Jiminy, you have to go find Geppetto. That's the whole point. You run into other characters from the lore in the demo and stuff. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it feels really good. Like this is a competent Souls-like, and in a way where most of them, again, outside of like Team Ninja, fail to do. I think these devs can stand toe to toe with the Team Ninjas and even the From Software is going, hey, this is a really competent, well put together game. It doesn't seem like the, hey kids, we got Bloodborne at home. This is like, hey, we're doing also our own thing with it. We're not just taking the IP. Like one of the systems that they have in place, Bloodborne, you get hit, you have the ability to get most of your health back. In this game, if you fail a parry, you lose some of your health, but you're able to get it back via your attacks. So it doesn't work just like Bloodborne. It has Bloodborne-like tools and gimmicks, but worked in unique ways where it feels different enough where it is, again, standing side by side, not like, hey, can I take your notes and let me let me see your homework for a second.
Yeah, it also does some really cool things, like if you run out of your health flasks, you'll gain them back by attacking. It's like, you need to be aggressive in this game because it's going to benefit you. It's not like a wait and see kind of thing. And like, there's no shield. I don't know how far you got in the demo.
I beat the first boss.
Okay, I got to the first boss. He kicked my ass. You can switch off from what Mike told me. You can switch off the metal arm, and the metal arm will have different abilities attached to it, which is a really cool way to go around like the Bloodborne firearm kind of thing.
Yeah, the modular weapons.
Yeah, another super really fun quality of life things that I love that they do. plenty of really good shortcuts. Also, when you die, it will tell you how many souls are left behind.
Yes.
Like in the corner, it'll have like in the red how many you lost, so you know if it's worth going back to get them or not. I love that. Just that little detail thing. I love.
Yeah, that's one of the to go back to the bonfires. I forget what they call them.
Stargazers.
Stargazers, yeah.
When you wish upon a star. That's why. It's all Pinocchio themed.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
But like it's not the one of the problems with like Dark Souls 3 was there's too many bonfires. At least in this demo, there was like one. And it was interconnected in such a way where I had to walk to get to the boss, but it wasn't like it was something that was 2 seconds away because I unlocked that door.
Yeah.
Or when I got to the halfway point, there was a door that I could unlock and it's back at the main area, the main hub. So like I never felt lost. If I felt like the levels were really well put together. And again, like the enemies that I'm encountering are challenging and I'm learning from them.
And they're so cool and creepy.
Yeah.
They're these mechanical puppets. Oh, I love it so much.
Loved it. I knew Liza P was going to be something special. This just proves it to me. And Dewane Raksha says in the chat, this is another big Game Pass win.
Sure.
And they say probably not going to buy it because it might eventually end up on PlayStation Plus. Probably, but like that, this is a huge win for them because this being on Game Pass, way more people are going to try it out, which means way more people are going to come into the Souls-like genre, and that's awesome for me. Yeah, so
absolutely.
Yeah, what I played, a good hour of Liza P, I am excited to go back in.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. After Liza P, we got a Bon Jovi joint, which demonetized our video, but it's fine, among other things. John Carpenter is working on a horror action game called Toxic Commando. John Carpenter, Saber Interactive, and Focus Entertainment revealed John Carpenter's Toxic Commando, a new FPS game where players cooperatively fight hordes of zombies with guns and a wide variety of vehicles. Considering John Carpenter's pedigree with horror, this is certainly a game to action horror fans should keep an eye on. That I either read that weird or it was written weird. John Carpenter's Toxic Commando will be released on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X in 2024.
This looked fine. This looked okay. It looked like a double A, like Back 4 Blood or Left 4 Dead. Yeah. So if that's your jam, with like some vehicle combat in there, if that's your jam, this is something to check out.
Yeah. Oh, really quickly, go back to Liza P because Chris in chat mentioned something that I also really like. When you die in a boss, your souls are left outside the boss arena.
Yes.
So you can grab them, go level up if you need to before you go back in, which is great. I like that a lot.
Yes.
Following Bon Jovi's Living on a Prayer, we got Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2's co-op campaign got a new gameplay trailer, which also revealed a release window of this winter, quote unquote.
Ooh.
3-person co-op too.
Co-op. And you said it perfectly. I'm a big fan of Warhammer 40k Space Marine. I know there's the lore in Warhammer is impressive, but the lore in 40k is truly bonkers. From what I've read, it's pretty crazy stuff. And seeing Space Marine 2 get co-op, 3-player co-op, really exciting because the game was very much of the time of like, hey, here's a somewhat kind of Gears of War style 3rd-person shooter, then blend it with some, Devil May Cry like, if I'm giving you the elevator pitch, melee combat involved, and you're kind of building out your Space Marine the way that your play style kind of plays. So seeing that expanded here, I cannot wait for this game. I'm super excited. But this winter does sound like 2024.
Yeah. I mean, when you really think about it, this winter is 6 months away. It's closer than I think we all think and realize.
Yeah. I want to give your lungs a bit of a break again. You've been breathing in these toxic fruits.
Okay.
I want to read the next one.
Appreciate you.
Okay, bud?
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3 adds Jason Isaacs to the cast, and a new collector's edition revealed. This comes from Gabe Gurin over at GameSpot. Larian Studios is officially nearing the end of development on Baldur's Gate 3, and the studio showcased the game during the Summer Games Fest on June 8th. The presentation gave us a fresh look at one of the most anticipated games of the year. Unlike the previous two games, Baldur's Gate 3 makes a use of turn-based combat based on the D&D 5e role-playing system. And it launched on early access back in the day in 2020 on PC. But there was a surprising new addition tucked away in the game's new trailer. Renowned actor Jason Isaacs is joining the voice cast as Lord Ingvar Gortash. If you don't know who Isaac is, he played Lucius Malfoy in Harry Potter, and he hit Dobby, that son of a bitch. I'll never forgive him for that. You don't lay a hand on Dobby. You never do. And he played the Grand Inquisitor in Star Wars Rebels. Described by Larian Studios as a man who, quote, freed himself of the bonds to envision wonders and become a master both of men and mechanics or mechanisms. Gortash appears to have be an imposing figure on a large amount of with a large amount of gravitas and the ability to command a room and an army without breaking a sweat. Quote, I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth, Gortash declares in a rousing speech depicted in the new trailer. Kyle, you're really excited for this. This is an ARPG for you. How are you feeling about it, man? Are you excited to jump into Baldur's Gate 3 August 31st?
Would you consider this an ARPG?
Absolutely. Top down? Got role-playing elements?
I guess so.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm super into this. I found myself loving Dungeons and Dragons, at least watching it, and the few times I got to play, I've enjoyed it. So having that be intrinsically tied to that system and using all the same rules, and it's like actually Wizards of the Coast and everything, it is a part of it, and the systems and whatnot. Plus Larian making Pillars of Eternity. No, that's Obsidian. What am I thinking? Divinity. I played a little bit, and it is also very, very good. They make great things. I played a little bit of this back in 2020 on PC, just a little bit, and had a great time. So I'm very happy it's coming to PlayStation because I'm all in.
Hell yeah!
I was trying to find this new collector's edition revealed. I can't find it.
Yeah. Can't find it anywhere. Come on, GameSpot.
No.
For me, I'm excited, but I need to. I mean, June is packed. I don't know where I'll be by the time Final Fantasy 16 comes out. So I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah,
but I'm excited for it nonetheless. I hope it does. I hope it does well.
Yeah.
Here's another one for you, Kyle. I'll read this one, and then you got the rest. All right.
Okay.
All right. Good. All right. Alan Wake 2 received an extended gameplay video after the Keighley. Afterwards, Keighley interviewed the game director Sam Lake. I don't know if extended gameplay is
right
there.
Right. I don't know. Maybe 30-45 seconds of Saga is her name, right?
Yep.
Of Saga walking around, lighting, visuals, top notch. Looks great.
It looks phenomenal. It gave me so the one vibe it gave me is Resident Evil 2 vibes, where it's like, hey, there's two separate campaigns here, but they're tied together. So you got Alan's and then you got Saga's, and you're playing them separately from each other.
And does it bounce back and forth? I thought they bounced back and forth between the two.
No, this is two separate campaigns that you're getting to play as. Saga, her gameplay that we've seen, it reminds me a lot of Alan Wake. You're using that flashlight a whole great deal. And it's also giving me that Control vibe as well when you're finding, interesting ornaments of power, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, in the area. So though it really wasn't much of gameplay that we saw, I'm liking the vibe that they're giving out. And you said it perfectly, Kyle. The year that horror games have given us, what a year to live in.
Yeah.
Stellar.
And that's if we still get Silent Hill 2 at some point this year.
Yeah.
Probably not, but still.
Probably not. Yeah.
The tent poles of horror games are happening this year, and it's wild.
Yeah. All right, Kyle, take it away with the next one, bud.
Quantic Dream announced its indie label Spotlight and its first two releases. This comes from Chris Scullion over at VGC. Under the Waves is set for release on August 29th and will be released PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC. Developed by French indie developer Parallel Studio, the game is set in a, quote, techno-futuristic 1970s and follows a professional diver called Stan as he explores the depths of the North Sea while, quote, struggling to overcome a life-changing loss, end quote. Players will travel through the ocean and explore caves and wrecks while also, quote, following the mysterious manifestations of Stan's memories, end quote. Also, they showed off Lisfanga, the Time Shift Warrior, which is due later this year on PC. Another game developed by a French indie developer, Sandor Studio, Lisfanga follows Ime, a protector of the realm who's been given powers by the goddess of time. The result is a hack-and-slash game with tactical elements as players rewind time and create duplicates of Ime, eventually building a small army who head in different directions to perform multiple actions at once.
That game is mine. I cannot wait till this game comes to PS5 because, like, the solving puzzles aspect is always unique. Of like, hey, here, like work with time or work with a previous self to solve this puzzle, but it's more than that. It's like,
yeah,
hey, solve this combat by playing different variations of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hyped. But you mentioned it. This is why I put it in here. This is Quantic Dream, a former PlayStation partnered studio branching out into something bigger, an indie publisher. So,
and not just that, they were like the ad break thing of this.
Yeah,
they had 2 of these here. It was similar to the year where we got a bunch of oh my god, League of Legends stuff.
Yes, yes, but this a bit more palpable.
Yeah, a bit more.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Right.
Under the Waves isn't my jam. It wasn't a whole, like, didn't sing to me. This Fanga does look cool though.
All right.
So it becomes the console.
That said, here's another thing that we keep seeing that every time we see it, we're like, okay. Crossfire Sierra Squad got a live action trailer. It comes out this August, VR, PSVR, and Steam.
Joe, why aren't we seeing Firewall?
Why
are we seeing Crossfire Sierra Squad with that awful font and not Firewall Ultra Zero? No, Firewall Ultra something. No,
Firewall Zero Ultra. Yeah. Something like that. Anyway, game looks far better than what we're seeing here from Sierra Squad.
Yes.
Yeah, and like Firewall is a beloved IP. The fans love it. What I got to play of it on PSVR 1, I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with it with PSVR 2, but I want to see it.
Yeah.
I still haven't yet, so that's a little bit frustrating.
I will say, though, that this Crossfire trailer I thought was better than the one we saw at the PlayStation Showcase.
Yeah, fair enough.
Gameplay-wise, at least.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle, I'll read the next one for you, bud.
Sure, take it away.
Yeah. Also, Kyle, listen, again, air quality's poor. If you need to cough, because sometimes I see you
it's no, I'm not gasping. I'm getting a bubble in my throat as I'm talking.
Okay.
And I don't want to burp into the mic.
Okay, yeah, no, that would be great.
I'm trying not to.
If you need to cough, that's fine.
Yeah,
but,
I gotcha.
All right, bud. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 comes out October 20th. Let me read that again, okay? Because I don't feel like you're with me here, audience. Marvel Spider-Man 2 comes out October 20th. Audience, are you with me here? October 20th, Spider-Man 2, PS5 comes out.
Wait, one more time for the people in the back.
Sorry. Spider-Man 2, PS5 comes out 10/20/23. That's American lingo.
Got it.
It'd be 2010. Whatever, you get it. All right, I confused you even more. October 20th. The game's creative director revealed that the game's box art and artwork featuring Kraven and Venom. During this, he confirmed that Venom will not be Eddie Brock in the game, which, you played the first game, you kind of maybe knew that.
Yep.
And also confirmed that Queens and Brooklyn are fully explorable.
Hell yeah.
More importantly, though, a release date has been announced. Spider-Man 2 will be released exclusively on PS5 on October 20th.
Also, Brian Intihar was very confident about October 20th.
Yes.
Very confident. So, yay.
So, why wasn't this at the showcase?
I don't know.
Oh, well, I mean, I do know. It's another beat, right? It's another PR beat that you're riding Spider-Man hype with Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Here's another Spider-Man thing to be excited about.
I'm with you. It makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the additions.
Hold on. Before we get into the additions.
I'm sorry.
What gorgeous box art. Are you kidding me? Just a little bit of the symbiote going up Peter's arm with Miles also together swinging through the city.
Spider-Man 2's two Spider-Men just made sense. And then my mind went, what about that Spider-Man 3? We gonna get Spider-Woman in there? We gonna get a Spider-Gwen? Because honestly, can I say something very, very controversial?
Oh boy, here we go. Buckle in.
I think Spider-Woman Gwen Stacy's costume, possibly top 5 just in general Spider-Man costumes.
Yeah. The Ghost Spider, the white one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
Yeah, I love the hood. That makes no sense, but like her design is, I love it.
I agree. And then that Venom key art though, which is the Steelbook case. Spoiler alert.
It's not a plain Jane like the PS4 version was with the cherry red. Yeah, Venom is way bigger, which gives me like the ultimate Spider-Man vibes. Yeah, it's taking Miles and Spider-Man both on. It's of course the standard edition, $70. The edition that you guys will be picking up is the deluxe edition at $80. The deluxe edition, again, costs an extra tenner, but here's the pre-order bonuses. 10 unique suits, 5 for Peter, 5 for Miles, additional photo mode frames and stickers, and 2 additional skill points. Don't know how I feel about 10 unique suits. How many suits are going to be in there? That's I think the important thing to me. You think it's a lot?
I think there's going to be a lot.
Because 10 suits seems like, that's a lot of content we're taking from peeps.
Sure, it's 5 for each though.
All right, fair enough, but so it doesn't make me feel nice.
I'm with you.
As someone that's gonna get it, I don't know. I don't care, but yeah. Okay. Here's the edition you really care about. Special edition, $230 worth of investment. All right, I underlined that, bolded it in the notes so you know. It's a $230 investment when you're telling your significant other, when you're telling a loved one, when you're telling your mom and your pa, hey, listen, this is an investment because these statues, they only go up in value. Based on eBay? Question mark.
I mean, look at that Last of Us 1 Pandemic Edition statue, which is like over $1,000 right now.
Use that as an example, kids. Use that as an example. All right, so you get everything in the deluxe, including that beautiful steelbook. Ooh, we gotta love it. It looks fantastic.
I added that. I added the no physical disc. It is a digital code only again.
That's right. Good.
Boo.
Good.
Boo.
Look, hey, did you see all that smoke outside? That's pollution, cuz. All right, we don't need to pollute the earth by getting more of those plastic discs in there.
Plastic dicks? Is that what you were about to say?
Discs.
All right, discs. Okay. All right, Geoff.
Don't let the pre-show confuse you, bud. I said discs. All right. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Anyway, 19-inch statue. Speaking about discs, 19-inch statue featuring 2 Spider-Men fighting Venom. Yeah, I saw one of the community managers / social media folks going, it is 3 times bigger than the original statue we put in there. Indeed. Yeah, and it's exclusive to PlayStation Direct, so I know this is going to be a fight for me to pre-order. I cannot wait to go through that struggle.
Yeah, listen, anyone in the community that wants to grab me one and is okay with me paying you in a payment plan, I'd be extremely grateful.
Please and thank you.
Yes.
So a huge pop, and you're right, Kyle. I was out for 5 minutes because
you really were. Yeah.
I was just too excited. I was on cloud 9. This is October 20th. Can't come soon enough, man. Because as I'm looking at it, I'm like, there are 2 games right now that are my Game of the Year contenders. Diablo and Zelda. If there are the only other two that can be fighting this fight at this very point in time will probably be Final Fantasy 16 and Spider-Man.
Wow,
Spider-Man really is.
Just throwing Resident Evil 4 away.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, and as I'm saying that, Resident Evil 4, of course. It's
and Dead Space.
But just think about that. In 6 months,
oh yeah,
we have so many amazing games.
Oh yeah,
we can't even.
We've been extremely lucky this year so far.
This has really been the best year in gaming. I know people are like, oh, actually 2008, actually 1996. Well, guess what? I was 5. So no, it's this year. This has been fantastic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, Kyle. Can I describe this next trailer?
Feel free. Go for it.
All right, cool. This is where I get canceled. Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, got a new trailer and comes out on November 9th. I say, let me describe you this trailer because this trailer happened, I think, immediately after Spider-Man. So I understood nothing. And to put insult and injury here, they were also just speaking Japanese and I had no idea what was going on. But game looked pretty. Game looked like more Yakuza, or, well, what it's now called, Like a Dragon. Like it's called it back in Japan. So looks great. Looks fun. Looks like more Like a Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Not for me, though. But yeah. I know fans of that series
It's huge. It's huge.
Yeah. All right, Kyle. Here's our next one for you, bud.
Matt Patches over at Polygon writes about the new clip from the Twisted Metal show featured a fight between John Doe and Sweet Tooth. Here we are on the precipice of Peacock's Twisted Metal show, developed by the team behind Deadpool, written by Cobra Kai's Michael Jonathan Smith, and starring Marvel's new Captain America, Anthony Mackie. In the show's first
clip... Okay, SEO writer. Cool.
In the show's first clip, which premiered during the 2023 Summer Game Fest stream, we see exactly what the show is laying down in our first taste of Sweet Tooth, the franchise's murderous spokesclown, embodied by pro wrestler Samoa Joe and voiced by Will Arnett, who also produces the series. Wild. This exists. Wild. That was Matt, by the way, not me.
Yeah, that was Matt. All right, Matt. First off, very passive-aggressive tone by Matt throughout this article, which I would just like to say, relax, because you saw the SEO writing you did right there, bud. Settle down. All right, settle
also,
down.
Using Samoa Joe's real name. Come on, it's Samoa Joe. What are we doing here?
Yeah, come on. Jeez. Honestly, didn't hate it. And now that I know that it's Deadpool, the team behind Deadpool, and written by Cobra Kai folks, okay. All right, I'll give it a shot. I have Peacock. What's it gonna hurt?
It is exactly the kind of campy, not gonna take itself too seriously kind of show that I'm kind of into. Yeah. Even though I would much rather prefer a very darker Twisted Metal Black type of show, I'm all in for this for sure. The jokes were cringy and campy. Ricky Martin playing, it was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah, it's a good time. Not going to be the Last of Us by any stretch of the imagination here, but we don't have to just immediately. I think one of the things that we got to get off our high horses there, Matt, is every time we see a video game adaptation of a thing, we automatically cringe and go, ugh. Yeah. And go, oh, this is just Hollywood taking the things I love. Dude, the Mario movie exists. That's a really great time. Mm-hmm. Like, The Last of Us exists. They're starting to get it right by meeting everything with pessimism just because the Halo show exists.
Things take time.
It's not the world I want to live in, you know?
Yeah, things take time. If a lot of people don't realize that there were older Captain America movies and a Fantastic Four movie that was not very good. It takes time for them to find their footing and to realize what makes a good adaptation. So like,
and this could have been the Gran Turismo movie trailer again.
It could have.
So let's keep the snarkiness to a minimum here, okay?
Also,
all right, yeah,
PlayStation showing up.
They showed up in a big way. And
that partnership is more than just for branding per se. Like they're a big chunk of the show, at least for the last 4 or 5 things.
They were the big pops.
Yeah.
Which let's. Sir, this is your beloved.
Oh, thank you.
Just take it away. Just take it away.
Like I said last week, it was happening. I believed it, and oh boy. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth launches in early 2024. To end the show, we got a new trailer for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We see some of the vast areas that players can explore, rideable chocobos, new characters, and boss fights. It looks like Yuffie is playable, and there will be some more alternate time narrative plot beats as well. Overall, it looks like an expanded, more vibrant version of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Square Enix also confirmed that the game will launch early in 2024 and will be spread across two PlayStation 5 discs.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Kyle, you freaked out, man.
I freaked out. I feel like whoever wrote this has never experienced Final Fantasy VII. So yeah, a more vibrant version. Midgar got destroyed. What do you want? It's not all gloomy and dreary everywhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good look. This is good.
Yeah.
And they left a lot still that I want to see. But just like seeing the Chocobos, seeing the Chocobo farm near Calm from the original, I can't wait to see if they're doing the Midgar Zolom, which is a giant snake that is way too powerful for you when you first exit Midgar. So I hope that's still in there. Seeing what I imagine is Yuffie stealing materia. In that one scene where she like runs into Cloud and she's like, oh my God, help me. Because in the original, when you come across her in the forest, she steals all your stuff. And you have to go find her. Seeing Red 13 is playable. It looks like he's got some moves, which is awesome. Yuffie is joining. Seeing Bugenhagen and Cosmo Canyon. Oh my God, I'm gonna weep.
Right, now you're making up words.
I am not. That's the character's name. That's Red 13's dad, dude.
His papa.
His papa. At least if I remember correctly. That music is gonna make me weep. My God, I'm just so happy. I'm a happy person. And ending on that flashback. At Nibelheim, oh my God, y'all aren't ready if you've never experienced that. But again, they're telling a brand new story, so who knows if it's going to hit the same beats. But Tifa was wearing the cowboy hat and everything, and
listen,
what? She was wearing a cowboy hat.
Respectfully,
yeah.
Who knows with you sometimes, you can get a little kooky and crazy.
Oh, I could get kooky and crazy. Okay. All right, big boners over here.
Whoa, that was the pre-show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go. It's a funny way to get, to say things so that you don't flub things. It's funny. It's a funny phrase. All right.
What did it do for you?
As a non-Final Fantasy 7 stand, like I know like the main beats, but I'm not, I'm not chomping at the bit, you know what I mean, to go replay the original to know everything so that I know everything when Rebirth comes out. As a new Final Fantasy fan and someone who got into the series with 7 Remake, Rebirth has me really excited because like as we were watching it all play out, it's like, all right, I remember really loving this and seeing the world and how just wider it is. Like having that open world area, I think is something that really excites me because I think one of the problems I had with 7 Remake was it kind of just felt like I was running down corridors, right?
Which makes sense. We were only in Midgar, which is a very dense city.
And again, and it's a city. It's really So I understand that, but like to see like the forests and to see the combat in these wide open areas. Again, I'm gonna say words that I say all the time, but it's much more vibrant. I love seeing just brighter colors out there because not everything has to be charcoal, brown, or dystopian. Yeah. So like this was great. I think they opened up the trailer really well as well, kind of catching you up going, hey, this is what happened in the last installment so that you know. And here they are, and there's more mysteries to unfold, and things aren't happening completely.
What they were talking about is very important for like who Cloud is and what's going on with how 7 Remake ended. So like they're setting the groundwork to make another stellar entry into what this remake series is. I'm wondering 2 discs, right? Like how far are we going? Like from the original. I hope far.
Yeah.
Like I hope we at least get Vincent, which I think we will because Nibelheim is shown off.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I hope it's farther. We get more from the original game than we did in the first one.
Yeah. Now, Jadis Von Metal writes in, just like you can too, if you add us over at PS Room on Twitter, or you join the over 300 plus of y'all in our Discord server. He writes in, wondering about the 2 discs Final Fantasy VII thing. Is it an installation disc or 2 playable discs? If it's the latter is the case, it's going to be a goddamn blast. In the year that is 2023, where games like Survivor come out and it's just like, hey, here's the first hour of the game on the disc, but the rest you got to download it. This is pretty beefy. That like Square Enix is like 2 discs.
Yeah.
God, we can't trust our servers to handle this. It's 2 discs large, and you're gonna, wow. Like it brings me back to the PS2 times, or the Xbox 360.
What do you think that digital download is? How big is that download? We getting close to like 180?
I think that would make sense. I mean,
Gotta.
it depends on the size of the. Listen, it's not the size of the disc that matters, folks, but the context in that disc.
Sure.
But if it's like a 50 gig disc and it's on 2 discs, then I could see it being around 100 gigs. Yeah.
Yeah.
You almost made me say dicks before.
Well, you did now, so.
Yeah, I got it's on the brain. So here we go. But yeah, it's also crazy how that's stirring controversy, because I think that is the coolest thing.
Right? That's exciting.
It's a big game, and they're not just throwing it over to a server for you. I don't know. It brings me back. We
were so afraid that they were going to have like 4 or 5 entries into this thing. So the fact that they came out and were like, there's going to be 3, and now that we know that this one has 2 discs full of content on it,
yeah,
I expect this game to be a massive.
Yeah. Overall, really impressed with what I saw and just the showcase at large. I want to read some of the community's reactions. We got a lot of them here, so let's just take it, one by one.
Sure.
We switch off, between. So take it away.
Robot Penguin writes, was pretty good. A super long showcase, but had nice surprises.
Yeah, I agree. Ageless Hermit 93 writes, thought it was a good show. Now I need the time machine to fast travel to the beginning of 2024 because of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Are you kidding me? Let's go. Day 1. Love to see it.
Talk about collector's edition. Where is that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth collector's edition?
Give me that steelbook.
Boy. Toxic. Solid 8 out of 10, I'd say. Was not disappointed by the big finale. Very happy to have Spidey's release date now. And I know exactly when I can pre-order because I'm getting me that collector's edition. Unfortunately, got to go through PS Direct, though.
Same. I know. Dickco writes, hey guys, I felt kind of the same as the PlayStation one. Oh, okay. Very middle of the road, really. Apart from the end, I know because Dickco's picture is of Cloud. I also felt there was a lot of swords and magic style games. Do you think this is an Elden Ring effect? Yeah, I because there was like the Avium game that showed for like the 14th time. Yeah, I think video games, it's either you're holding an AK or you're holding a wand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know I just boiled down video games, but like, I don't know. I didn't get that sense of like it was a lot of magic.
I didn't either. But there's always ebbs and flows for what kind of games we're getting, and I think we're in that time frame right now.
Ooh, and they also add, I went from I want Liza P to being a little unsure now, and that's why demos are important.
Yeah, please play that demo and then come back to us next week.
Yeah, that's not.
Clearwing XYZ says, hey guys, I hope all is well. I thought the show was solid, but like usual, it was a bit too long. There's a good mix of AAA, AA, and indies that was sure to please everyone watching. The only games that I will be getting that was shown are FF7 Rebirth, Spider-Man 2, and Remnant 2, but I still enjoyed the show. It's interesting to hear that this is the second one that thought it was super long. I thought it moved pretty quick. I think we both thought that.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, because
I wasn't checking the time at all.
Yeah, exactly. And like I wasn't checking my watch at all, and I think proof of like a good showcase. It's like I wasn't checking my phone to be on Twitter. I hate that. I hate when listen. Here's a pet peeve.
Although
when you're having a reaction,
or though you did do that after Spider-Man 2.
It's Spider-Man 2. I'm like, I gotta yell to the world. I hate when like we're having a reactions and everything is like I'm on my phone, I'm tweeting, because then just live react on Twitter.
Sure.
But if it's Spider-Man, I need to yell at the world. I need to yell loud at the world. But no, yeah, I thought it was actually. I would disagree there. I think it was a nice pace. I liked it. All right, Una writes, hey guys, I felt this was much better than the PlayStation Showcase with Rebirth, and like a dragon with a man with no name. Overall, 8 out of 10. Now you have to wonder what the Xbox show is in store, because we did not get the Cyberpunk expansion. That's right, or the rumored P3 remake here. So that'll probably be at the Xbox show. Well, trust me, Una. We'll talk about that one in a sec. All in all, a good time to be a gamer. No doubt.
Absolutely. And Famous Seamus also writes in saying, going to give the show an 8. Getting Spider-Man 2 release date was amazing, and there were a lot of games that looked good. Kind of wish that the release date was held off until closer to the end, since some people, cough Joe cough, was so shocked by the news that they weren't paying attention to the games after the news. Like a 1-2 punch of Spider-Man 2 and FF7 Rebirth. Granted, I don't think Joe or Kyle would be able to recover from that. You're right.
Guilty.
Also, to that point, another game that was shown off, which we don't have written down, that I wanted to just mention, is that Banisher game from Donut. That looks very, very cool, because Donut to me are very, the story based. It's the Life is Strange thing, and to have that story but add some action combat to it, and a really cool sounding story of a husband who can see his past wife in ghost form, and his whole goal is to get them back, and by doing so he has to banish other ghosts and other spirits and stuff. It's a very cool concept, and it looks pretty cool too. So yeah, there's some good stuff here.
No, honestly, a lot of good stuff. And yeah, you're right, Spider-Man got me a little distracted. My bad. The Black Harry Potter writes in with a $20 super chat saying, just love you guys. Keep up the stellar content. Trophy room for life. Woo woo. Thank you, sir. All right, Kyle. It's now time. We broke down the showcase. If I give it a number score, 8.5. What about you?
I give it an 8. It was solid.
Also, I forgot we gave up on the yay and nays. And it's too late to go back.
A lot of these are yays. A lot of these are yays. Yeah.
A lot of these. I just literally remembered. All right. Kyle, time for some flash news. Gotta run fast. Oh my goodness. All right. I got this flash news, baby.
Okay.
Here's one promising indie game. Cocoon will launch on PS5 and PS4. Of course, this is the indie spectacular, because there was other showcases and announcements outside of Geoff's show. Cocoon being one of them. This comes from Liam Croft over at Push Square. First announced last year at the Xbox Game Showcase, it's been confirmed that the incredibly promising indie game from former Limbo and Inside developers, Cocoon, will come out on PS4 and PS5. The title appeared during the day of the devs. Footage reveals how you'll be able to dive into different worlds and solve puzzles within them, and leave the world to be transported into a wider biome. From there, the world you were just in is represented as a ball that you could carry with you to solve even more brain teasers. Oop, your mic's being fuzzy, Kyle.
Okay.
Yep. It was a little static. Whatever you did yesterday to stop it, you should do it there. This is some 2044 stuff again. Look at this. Okay. Clips detail how you can dive in and out of the worlds to solve puzzles within the wider universe, and further footage reveals a huge scope of this universe jumping. It looks incredibly promising. And that is incredibly... Unplug it. Burn it with fire. Oh my God. Did you unplug it? Unplug it. What is that? He doesn't know. Okay, now he's screwing around. It has to be something with the wires, y'all. It has to be something with the wires. But that was frightening. And I hope Kyle lives after this. Kyle, are you alive? Hi.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. No more bees are attacking you.
I literally didn't touch anything.
I know. There has to be some type of weird static interference happening.
It's always something, you know, like why?
Just get your new wires. It's gonna be fine. You're gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. No, hey. Don't worry, little bear. Again, patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. That's why we have it here, so we can buy you new cables, new wires when things break, because sometimes things break. You know. All right, Kyle. Devolver showed things. I'm gonna make this quick. This is part of the flash news right here, right
How
now.
dare you?
I'm kind of hot and cold on Devolver's showcase. It's kind of like a, hey, look at, we're holding a microscope to the industry and how weird our tropes are, but we get a little bit too meta with things, and I don't know.
You didn't like them making fun of AI?
I liked it, but then at the same exact time, I'm like, it's kind of like when a comedy skit goes for too long, you know? It's like, when is this skit gonna end? And they just kind of keep going, and then it loses its muster. That's how I feel about the Devolver showcase. That said, they showed off a couple of games, one called Baby Steps, which is where you control an unemployed guy where you're controlling his top half and his bottom half independently from each other.
From the creator of Getting Over It. Yeah, but Getting Over It was incredibly frustrating one where the guy's in the big like kettle with the sledgehammer and you have to swing to get up the mountain. It's the same developer for that, so it's going to be incredibly hard and incredibly frustrating.
Cool.
But it was
people make games that just want to piss me off.
It was a very funny trailer.
All right, fair enough. Human Fall Flat 2. Team up and let your creativity run wild in Human Fall Flat 2, the outrageous new sequel to the much beloved capers of everyone's favorite physics-based human friends. Ooh wee. Wizard with a Gun, which this one looked awesome. This is a Joe-ass game. Wizard with a Gun is an online cooperative sandbox survival game set in a magical wilderness wrought with dangerous creatures, arcane mysteries. Embark on the journey alone or with friends to collect, craft, and outfit your wizard with... However, you see fit as you explore the unknown. Carefully designed weapons, bullets, and furnishings for your tower home, but try not to burn it down as all magic you wield escalates beyond your control. Cool beans.
Yeah.
Then last but not least, we see more of the Talos Principle 2 by
very pretty,
Protein.
But I'm way too dumb for that game.
Yeah, but way too dumb. That said, overall, okay. I liked Wizard with a Gun.
Yeah, I think it was a solid Devolver. I actually liked the shtick. I liked the poking fun. I miss Nina from the previous Devolver Directs, the Mad Executive. I miss that. Although the Volvi gag was kind of funny. But I think this shows that Devolver has so many games in the pipeline.
Yeah.
Because there are so many things that they didn't show that I'm shocked. Plucky Squire, Gunbrella, Pepper Grinder, Angerfoot. Those are all very anticipated Devolver games that we didn't see. And I'm very confused as to why those games are coming this year. And to not show them, I thought was especially a little weird.
Plucky Squire, which looks just incredible.
Yeah. Like we saw it at the PlayStation Showcase. Yep. So maybe that's why we didn't get it here, but I don't know.
I think that's why we didn't get here.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like the reason why you show the Spider-Man release date is because you still want to be part of the big conversation with everybody else. The reason why you show Final Fantasy VII here and you don't at your showcase, and the reason why you didn't see 16 again here is because you don't want to overlap your Final Fantasies.
Yep.
Right? So, like, I understand why some games are here and some games aren't, but you're right. Like, Plucky Squire should have been here. Because I think when it comes to indies, you can show them a lot. Even Talos Principle, you can show those a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to harm you. All right, Kyle. Last but not leastly, in our flash news, this is a rumor. Atlas, not so much a rumor, more like a bad accident that a whole team is paying the consequences for because someone Someone didn't update their social media calendar and accidentally put the wrong day in. So this sucks. Atlas accidentally leaked Persona 3 Reloaded and Persona 5T Tactica on their Instagram. Of course, this was supposed to be revealed at the Xbox showcase. And this is one of those examples of like Xbox, when they make a deal with you, don't even talk about the other platform, you son of a gun.
Yeah.
Exclude them from your press releases so that you have to make another one a week out, quelling the audience going, don't worry, it's coming to other platforms outside of Xbox. But nonetheless, and PlayStation does the same.
Yeah.
But, well,
no, I mean,
the press releases, they do.
Well, I turned on YouTube after Summer Game Fest, and PlayStation flooded my inbox, subscription box with the game trailers we saw with the PlayStation branding. So, like, they do it all the time, too. So it'll happen eventually.
Yeah. Sucks, though.
Yeah.
As a big Persona fan, are you excited by this?
As
a Persona fan?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm big. Like, I dabble. I think it's cool. The full Tactica trailer's up there. It's a Persona Tactics game. Yeah. That's a rad. I never played Persona 3, so it's cool that it's getting like a full ground up kind of thing. It's weird seeing Atlas with Xbox behind it.
It's cool, man.
And I'm okay with it because like you gotta play fair. Like I can't be happy that PlayStation's doing it with Square Enix stuff and then be upset that Xbox is taking Atlas from us. Like quote unquote taking it from us. You know what I mean? Like paying for marketing, whatever. Like it's cool. I like the battles. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for Persona 3 because to me, I'm like, that has to be a smaller game, right?
Oh no,
somewhere no.
Let me look how long the original one is.
And I love a good tactics game, so maybe P5T is gonna pique my interest. But you're right, like I love seeing like, what's it gonna hurt if Atlas shows at an Xbox show?
Persona 3 main objectives 82 hours. Fuck. 122 to 100%.
Son of a gun. Well,
all right.
Hopefully, I'll play it on the queue. Like whatever, I don't care. But yeah, no. So as a non-Persona fan, I can't wait to see it because I saw that it was leaked. I saw like some of the stills. I'm like, I'm gonna wait till I actually see the trailer.
Yeah. Yep.
You know. But yeah, no. This is an exclusive to Xbox, y'all. It's not. Relax. Everything's got to be fine. Even if it is.
We were this close to going a full leak-free video game showcase cycle. We were this close, Joe.
I know.
And then somebody had to put it up on Instagram. Well, of all places. Instagram.
Come on. That being said, though, talking about the showcases, we will be reacting live to the Xbox showcase with our friend Captain Logan of the Xbox Expansion Pass. So make sure you check us out here on the Trophy Room YouTube channel as we stream live with our good friend Captain Logan. No other individual will be there. As we react live. Can't wait.
Also, I know Joe probably won't make it because he's working, but I'm planning to do Capcom and Ubi on Monday. So come on out here on Monday at youtube.com/@PSTrophyroom and come watch me live react to the Capcom show and Ubi. Should be a good time.
And can I be real? We've been really on point with like the social media as of late. Like we've been in tandem really well. You know,
it works.
We're using that like a surgical, scalpel.
It's like
you get to know when we're updating y'all. We're updating you.
We're like Yondu and Kraglin with the arrow. We whistle and we navigate social media like that arrow going through a Ravager base. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh-wee. All right, Kyle. Now it's time for one of our favorite segments. What you been playing?
Yeah.
Kyle?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk a lot about Diablo, so you go talk about Jedi Survivor because you finally beat it.
I did. I finally beat it. I'm not going to go fully into it because we're going to do a Road to Greatness on it sometime soon.
Jedi Master Run.
Should be a good time.
It might be a part of our broader plans for the future, bringing community a part of our Patreon stuff. Who knows?
Whoa.
July.
I liked a lot of it. I loved a lot of it. There's just some things that are just weird to me.
Talk to me
like
about
weird executions. I'm not one to point out like find editing to be weird, but there were some things that happened that I'm like, that's weird, that's odd, that takes me out of it. Also, I'm a bit bummed that the planet selection, like I felt like this is Star Wars. Let's go everywhere. Like I don't know. Like it seemed too small and too close together. The gameplay was solid.
There's a lot of returning to a planet.
Yeah, there's a lot of returning back and forth. I didn't have. Well, I wouldn't say I didn't have. There were a lot of game freezes and a lot of crashes towards the end of my playthrough, which bummed me out big time.
As you were going for the plat. Same here. That happened to me was
the backtracking is still not great. But yeah, I think the story was fun. Cal's great. I love Cal. I love Greasy Money Baby.
That's right.
You know, when I play that and I see Greasy, I think of you. I think you and Greasy are one and the same.
Yeah, it's big same.
It's pretty close. And I love Marin. Yeah. I love Marin.
The internet loves Marin.
Oh my god, rightfully so, respectfully.
Stand Marin. Respectfully, by the way.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I'm locked out of the bounties right now. Okay. There's a glitch in the game that the devs have talked about where they're just not allowing access to certain players. It's weird. I've exhausted all dialogue to get the rumors so I can go out and do these really cool things that I've heard really cool things about. And I can't do it yet, so I'm gonna have to wait for. But yeah, it's awesome. I loved customizing my lightsaber to make it. The moment I got Mets colors, it was over. Orange and blue hilts.
There you go.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right, orange and blue is what you went with.
Yep.
I found a lot of my time going with yellow, orange, or cayenne.
Cyan.
Cyan.
Yeah.
Cayenne's a goddamn pepper, Joe. What's wrong with you? Cyan.
I did find it weird how later in the game I opened a chest and found wood. I can make my hilt out of wood. I was like, that doesn't seem like it's economically gonna work.
Sounds like someone that doesn't respect wood would say that. Kyle?
Big boners.
Stop. You're gonna make me laugh. It's a funny phrase.
I know it's late at your house. You're gonna get yelled at.
I am.
Yeah, I'll go into more of the story stuff that I find weird on the road to greatness. I don't want to say it here. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but
sure.
My issue with Star Wars is still an issue here in this game. I think they rely too much on things we already know in Star Wars.
Sure.
And this is coming from a not super fan like Joe here. I don't know. I want like original things and original characters, which you did get, but I don't know. It's weird. But there is a twist that I'm with Joe. I was like, oh, that was cool. It's real cool.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't disagree with you more on that front. But overall, I like that you enjoyed it. Because I've been enjoying a game, Kyle, that I didn't think would rip me away from Zelda the way it has. Because I have no idea when I'm going to return to Zelda, and that's not putting pressure at me at all.
You can sleep well at night. You have no issues.
Because you know what? I'm about to enter the water temple, and nobody wants to do that. No one thinks water is a good gimmick. Please don't. Please stop, actually. That said, I've been playing a lot of Diablo IV, and you can have a podcast on just reviewing Diablo IV. Like, that's how in-depth this game is. When I heard that people had trouble of putting down a 20-minute review because it was like a capped review, like the embargo was like, you can't go over 20 minutes. And some people were like, can't do it. This game's too broad. We'll wait a few days. And so that we could put, a 30 or 40-minute review out. I thought, that's a lot of you talking about a game. Doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. But no, it definitely does. There's a lot going on in Diablo. This is a dense game. And honestly, it's intimidating to just talk about. Look, I've spent a minute just talking about how intimidating it is to talk about. The map is ginormous. I think this is Blizzard at their best of learning what they do right and how to make worlds the way that Blizzard knows how to make them. So, for example, these aren't zones that you load into per se, like they were back in Diablo 3. You'd enter the desert area and you're hit with this loading screen. No, everything is one giant open world, and it is huge. And there is so much to do and so many unique things happening, but each zone or each area of the open world is zoned off so that you're actually walking into a semi multiplayer arena or massively multiplayer arena where you're wandering around. There's a public event that's just happening around you, and you walk on into it and you see, dozens of characters there fighting a giant beast, or a few folks fighting a waved-based challenge,
and
or
are
a
these real
puzzle or
players?
whatever have you. Real players. So you're wandering in what feels like an actual, lived-in world with other players just besides you in there. The classes are in depth, man. Like, you can make a sorcerer that has lightning abilities mixed with, fire abilities and ice abilities, and it all makes sense. Like, you're not tethered into a spec when you pick a class. It's kind of like Skyrim in a way, where it's like, hey, you're just building out your sorcerer. You're building it with talents and with abilities that you think would make sense. And that's where the real end game falls into, of just building out your character. It's much more about the skills that you're applying to your character than the gear you're obtaining, though it plays a part into it. And then when you hit level 50, you get to the end game, it gets even deeper into its tiers, so that you're actually building out what is a monster character that you feel like a wrecking ball. Like, there's an ability that I get as a sorcerer that I can make some of my abilities just passive abilities that happen. So I turn like my ice shards into like a machine gun for the most part.
Whoa, okay.
Or like I just spawn blizzards in front of me every 15 seconds, or I just freeze enemies out, whenever, like every 5 seconds. And it makes it builds a level of, I guess verticality is the only word that I can think of, to your character, that you're building the mage that you want to build, or you're building the barbarian you want to build. And everything feels like it's like you're playing it right. It's never punishing you. There definitely is like the meta build to a character, but you don't have to necessarily follow that to have a good time with this game. The dungeons are challenging. You're going to die a lot in this game. A lot in this game. Whether it's playing solo or with a crew, you're hopping into dungeons. The bosses are, again, challenging. They take communication. And when you're also in the world and you're fighting world bosses, it also takes kindness from strangers into account, where like y'all are helping each other with, no real way of communicating verbally. Like I was wandering, I saw this one mage had a problem, or was having a problem, so I just swooped in and I just blew everything up with my shard ability. And they just thanked me. I'm like, I didn't have to do that. But the same thing happened to me 3 hours ago, and a barbarian came rushing through and just breaking everything and helping me out, so might as well do the same back at you. The game's brilliant, man. And the story, while I don't think it is the best Diablo tale, though I'm in Act 4 of 6 so far, it could be backloaded. I think Lilith has a lot of promise, but I think that's the only thing that is a letdown right now. That is, the story isn't that spectacular. In fact, it's kind of just middling. But the fact that there's so much to do in this world, and it's about, to me, more of the little side quests and side characters that you're running into and you're getting distracted by, is probably what's playing in the part of I'm not connecting much with the main story. Because, man, I spent 10 hours just helping like Mary and her farm infested with demons. I totally forgot what just happened in the story. But the cinematics are crazy. And even just some of the cutscenes that are in engine, it very much takes from that God of War element, where it's, hey, you're in the game and now the camera's just panning lower and filling out this scene, and then it pans out when it's done.
Okay.
So it's great.
Are you playing solo Is it possible for me to solo it, or?
You will need an online connection.
I mean, yeah,
So,
but like I don't have to party up and
no.
Okay.
You can party up with friends, and you'll be following that person's main story.
Mm-hmm.
But you could definitely solo it and be fine.
Okay.
As well. But endgame is gear.
Yeah.
Complete these dungeons and in different type of difficulties. So, yeah.
All right. Cool.
I'm playing the sorcerers so far, loving it. When I found out about the enchantment system and the passive main abilities that I have, oh man, the game just opened up, man.
Sweet.
I adore this game. This is the game of the year contender for sure.
Ooh-wee.
All right, Kyle, I talked a lot here, but let's finish it up with, one of my favorite segments. I'm going to be real with you. Kyle, are you holding on to something?
My vitamin water.
Good. Prepare the drop. Here are the latest steals and deals dropping to the PlayStation storefront. On June 6th, Amnesia: The Bunker on PS4, Diablo IV on PS5 and PS4, Loop 8: Summer of Gods on PS4, Raiden 3 X
Mikado Maniacs.
Yeah, PS5, PS4. Swamp Star on PS4.
What is
on
Swamp
June 7th.
Star?
Moto GP 2023 on PS5, PS4. New Lands on PS4. Nocturnal on PS5, PS4. SNES S Midnight on PS5, PS4. Terminal Velocity Boosted Edition on PS4. And 2D and Top PD.
Yeah, no, Top D and 2D.
Top D.
Top down,
Oh.
2D.
Fuck. Serious. What's wrong with me? Why do I gotta start spelling out things phonetically?
It's all right.
You know?
You're allowed.
It's 11:58 at night. Okay, y'all.
Yeah.
All right. And the audience.
Not really everyone watching live. It really isn't.
No, trust me. Just turn the clocks up a little bit. Yeah. Go get Diablo 4. All right. It's also the top-selling Blizzard game with a whole lot of caveats, but I'll believe it.
All right.
Great. And Megan Fox was in a commercial, and I am but a man. Just a humble servant of the Lord. All right, Kyle.
My lady.
My lady. It's time for our truest favorite segment of the night. And because of so many people wrote in about the showcase, we only really have 2 real questions.
Yeah.
But it's time for the Sony Pony Express. Ace Insane writes, "Hey guys, not really a question, but I have to say my birthday is on October 14th, and between Assassin's Creed, Lord of the Fallen, Alan Wake 2, and now Spider-Man 2, we are getting treated in October."
I mean, we'll say happy birthday when we get closer, but you're gonna have a great month, my friend.
A lot of those games are going to be moving out of the way.
I don't know about that.
I think Assassin's Creed is safe.
I think Alan Wake 2 is safe. I think Spider-Man is safe. So you're saying Lords of the Fallen's going to move?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would even say Alan Wake, maybe you move it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's one of those things where, like, I remember in, 2017, right? Like, you had Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Wolfenstein, and Mario. And though those games aren't...
Is that Odyssey or Origins?
Connected. Origins, sorry.
Yeah.
Though those games aren't
same day
anywhere near the same genre, it's the same day. And those genres do connect. And when it comes to marketing, there's no way of marketing around the big giant plumber that will be everywhere, you know?
Sure.
So, something to keep into perspective. Crispy, what was it?
Geiger?
Geiger. Okay, that's what I was thinking. It's Geiger. I was like, well, it's not. All right. How does it make you guys feel knowing that PlayStation didn't seem to be holding back a lot of big guns, Spider-Man 2 and Rebirth aside, at the showcase? Do you feel better about the previous announcements, or should we be worried that about the rumors that we haven't seen yet? So, Kyle, are you worried, man?
So basically, what they're asking is, do we feel better knowing that the things they showed at the PlayStation showcase, they weren't hiding things such as like Blue Point or Sucker Punch and saving them for Summer Game Fest? So, I mean, We still got two huge things that are PlayStation tied to PlayStation. The fact that Spider-Man 2, the date wasn't at the showcase, I still think is really weird. I get it. You want to own another cycle of news and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I definitely think they did that. There's a lot of PlayStation at Summer Game Fest. But I still find it weird. And I'm not as worried as I was. I think we'll see the stuff when we see him. It's just after not having a showcase for so long, and we got that showcase and didn't get a whole lot of first party there. It's just a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some of the things that people take out of context of like PlayStation's only going to have 2 games next year. Are you worried? I'm like, they always have like 2 games every year. Like perspective is so important, y'all. Because at the end of the day, what we're really arguing is about 2 or 3 games that are exclusive to our box versus the other box, right? And like Xbox will release probably around 4 games a year, and what we're really arguing is about like 2 to 3 or 4 to 6 games a year that we can or can't play on another console. So like perspective is really everything here. So when I see what PlayStation has in store for us next year, I think early next year we already see what we're going to have with Final Fantasy VII, Rebirth, and I think that's fine at this point in time. But then we also have Concord that's supposed to be 2024, and we have not seen anything from it. And we're also supposed to, but it's not happening, get Wolverine in 2024 as well. So like we have a vague idea. I think the truest problem is, as a PlayStation fan, outside of Final Fantasy Rebirth, now we don't know what's next to come from the platform. Again, supposed to be maybe Wolverine, but I don't think any of us are believing that. So they got things to prove, but
Do you think the next round of like expect to see future PlayStation stuff is at that Gamescom show in August?
Maybe. Again, we're gonna get like 1 or 2 more, showcase state of plays this year. None of them are going to be showcase level, but I think you'll get a few surprises to maybe quell your doubts.
My bloodlust.
Exactly. All right, Kyle, listen. With all the screaming, the hooting and hollering that I did out of Spidey and out of this podcast, my vocal cords are shot.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, bud.
Yeah, no after show this week, everybody.
Well, I'll have a little something for you. All
right. Okay, I spoke too soon. My apologies.
Wink, wink, nudge. There's always something. There's always money in the banana stand, Kyle. So with that said, and with that all out of the way, that's been the trophy room this week. We rounded up everything shown PlayStation-wise at the Geoff Keighley Key 3. So, is there anything you'd like to highlight before we get on out of here, Kyle?
Yeah, if you want to check out all the indie game stuff that's going on during this Summer Game Fest window, go check out 61 Indie on YouTube. I'll be live reacting all Saturday morning because there's 3 mainly indie showcases happening, starting at, 11 a.m. Eastern, I think, off the top of my brain. So I'll be doing that all day Saturday. And like Joe said, come back here on Sunday for us checking out what the green side of things have to offer at the Xbox show. That's right. Starfield. Are we going to be wowed by Starfield?
I'm hoping, dude. That controller looks good.
I didn't see the controller.
It looks clean.
Ooh, exciting.
It looks, honestly, it's probably one of the best like Xbox custom consoles. Just take a look at it. That controller. So join us Sunday, June 13th.
Oh, that is sick.
At 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Xbox event, as we're joined by our good friend Captain Logan, host of the Xbox Expansion Pass, with his co-host, and I forget his name, but that doesn't quite matter. Again, on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. Hope to see you there. We're going to have some fun, reacted to some things that Xbox has to show. And hopefully I get excited for Starfield. But really, I'm just excited for Fable.
Right?
You know?
Yeah.
Hopefully they got it. Whatever Obsidian's working on. Come on.
Yeah.
So good.
We're probably gonna get that
But,
Cyberpunk expansion there.
oh, yeah. Oh, actually, bam, that's it. Cyberpunk. Give me Cyberpunk.
Yay. Phantom Liberty, baby.
Oh, God, Aegis, let's go. You can find me over at Mr. Badbit. You can follow this show over at The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast service of choice. And if you really liked our voices and you want to throw $1 or $2 into a tip jar, head on over to patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. Get some cool exclusive merch and shows when you donate over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. So, with all that said, and with all that out of the way, everybody, keep wits about you, keep hunting, and keep playing PlayStation. See you guys.
Bye. Love you. Big boners. All right, we're off.
Big bonus, big bonus.